the king of. Tell the people what you're the king of. Tell the people what you're the king of. Tell the people what you. Tell the people what. Tell the people you're the king of. Tell the people what you're the king of. King of. King of. King of. King of. King of.
Dictator of rap, get on the dance floor. Let me see what you got. Cause this body check with mouth makes you wanna cut. Come on, come cut. Cut, 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 cut. Body check 'em out, cash money's on the cut. Body check 'em out, cash money's on the cut. And everybody check 'em out, cash money's on the cut. Body check 'em out, cash money's on the cut. Body check 'em out, cash money's on the cut. Cut, 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 the cut, cut. Cash money's on the cut. Body check 'em out. Cash money, 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 cash money, 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 cash money's on the cut. Come on, come on, yeah. Come on, come on. Come on, 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 body check 'em out, cash money's on the cut, cut. Body check 'em out, cash money's on the cut, 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 cut.
How you doing? I'm Clark Kent. I'm Dana Dane's DJ. You can also hear me on KNON Radio in Dallas, Texas. 90.9, so don't forget it. Check this out. What I'm going to do is let you know about a couple of scratches that I do, a lot of scratches that a lot of people do to sound good. I'm going to name them, and then I'm going to show you how I do them. I'm going to show you how I do them. You'll have to figure it out for yourself. This is the easy way. First, I'm going to tell you about backspinning. We call it backspinning because it's the art is to turn the record backwards and catch a beat simultaneously, not simultaneously, but while this record is playing, and keeping a constant flow of a certain sound. It sounds like this.
Cut. 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 Cut.
See what I mean? The constant flow. Always turn the record back to a certain point so that the beat is never missed, the beat is never dropped. I explained backspinning. Now I'm going to explain why some DJs turn their turntables sideways. When you're scratching and backspinning, when you're just scratching, it's simple to go like this. But it's not easy to backspin and keep catching a beat, especially if the needle is all the way in the middle of the record. I'll explain why.
There it is. There it is.
For that simple reason. For that simple reason, you turn the turntable sideways. All of the space that you did not have when the turntable is like this is all the space that you have when the turntable is like this.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Obviously, you could spin the record all the way back to the beginning with your hand like this, because your hand will never hit the needle because it's all the way at another angle. I keep mine up front because I learned like this. I can do it both ways. I almost decided to make a transition, but I didn't. I cut like this. We have something called a quick scratch. The quick scratch is a repeated, like a rapid fire scratching of one certain sound, so you can always, so it sounds like it's real fast, real quick. Sounds like this.
Cut.
Repeatedly, over and over. The idea and the way to do it is to move the crossfade as fast as you move the record back and forth, but only catch the fourth going motion.
Cut.
Then we have something called a drag scratch. A drag scratch is sort of intermediate. What you're trying to do is catch the backwards flow real slow, catch the frontwards flow quickly. It's also called rhythm scratching. You have to catch a rhythm while you're doing a drag scratch, otherwise it sounds funny. You don't want it to sound funny, you want it to sound good. I'll try to do one. This is the drag sound. That sound. And the way to get it is to move the crossfader to the middle, or the up and down, the slide fader, to the middle, while you're bringing the record backwards in a slow motion. Transformer is a new cut that came out, like around '86. It's to make a record sound just the way the Transformers sound, Transformer cartoon sounds, when they're changing. They make a certain sound. The sound is an off and on sound. It's like a record going frontwards and a record going backwards at the same time, and turning on and off and on and off. The sound sounds something like this. To get the record to go frontwards and backwards, you don't hear a clear sound, you just hear an off and on sound. You could do it with the phono line button. I don't choose to do it that way. It sounds like this. Then we have something called a gallop scratch. A gallop scratch is a quick shiver that lasts for about not even a whole half a second, and it makes it sound like a horse's gallop. Here it is. I'll do it slow for you. Now I'm going to show you what I told you, everything I told you put together. I showed you transforming. I showed you quick scratching. I showed you gallop scratching. I showed you rhythm scratching. Now I'm going to put it all together and try to get busy for you. Now, double beating is something that takes a lot of practice. What it is catching one turntable before you catch the other one, but also catching that turntable back before you catch this one. It's hard to explain, but it's better to show it. It's easier to show it.
Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, cut.
As you notice, there's a sound that goes cut, cut, huh, huh. In other words, that's double beating. You hear both of the records at the same time, but not at the same time. It gives a double effect.
Explain that to me again.
Explain it to you again. Okay. What you have to do is catch this record and then let this one follow it behind it. You could do it either way. You could catch this record first and let this one follow behind it. What the idea is to do is to get a double sound. To make, say the record goes cut, huh. You want to hear the record go cut, cut, huh, huh. In other words, it sounds like this.
Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, cut.
The extra add-on was something called a triple double cut. That's when you add the last double sound and make it a triple. I'll show this to you again.
Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, what? Cut, cut.
As you heard, the record went cut, cut, huh, huh, huh. So it's a double, triple effect. Beatbox scratching is catching a snare and a kick that are very close to each other and making a new beat with it. It goes a little something like this. As you can see, you're catching the kick, you slow it down, catch the snare. Or you can catch them both together, it causes a different effect. When you catch the kick by itself, it's just this effect. Then you want the snare to give it the extra drum effect, why we call it a beatbox. Shiver scratching is another form of scratching. First person I ever heard to do it was DST. He showed me. It's the art of shaking the record and giving it like a shivering effect or a thundering effect. It's called shivering, thundering, rhythm, rebel scratching. Goes like this.
What?
Shake the record, back and forth, give it an effect. Well, it's also something that builds off of this called a helicopter scratch. You call it a helicopter scratch because the sound of the scratch changes. It sounds like a helicopter going frontwards and backwards. The way you do that is the same shaking, but you're also moving the record slowly but surely, backwards and frontwards. I'm on stage a lot with Dana Dane, and on stage I do a lot of tricks. When I do my tricks, I take off my headphones because it gives you the best agility and movement. Lets you move a lot easier. Doesn't get you tangled in your wires as you're doing certain tricks. I'm going to show you spinning behind the back.
There it is, 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 there it is.
I showed you backspinning behind my back, spinning around in a circle. I also noticed that I also showed you spinning with my mouth and spinning with my elbows. Those are certain things that I do on stage to prove that I am really a good DJ and not a whack DJ. Whack DJs are the ones who cannot hold a beat. You shall not be whack DJs if you understand this video.
Now let's see if you're really down. Get a pencil and paper. Here's Clark's quiz. Turn your back, and when you hear the scratch, write down the name of that scratch. Ready? First scratch. Second scratch.
Cut, cut. Cut, cut. Cut, cut.
Here's the third scratch.
Cut.
The fourth scratch. Now, the fifth scratch.
Right.
Now turn around and check it out. Scratch 1, transforming. Scratch 2, double beating. Scratch 3, drag. Scratch 4, beatbox. And the fifth scratch was shivering or thundering. If you had them all, you're on the money. Now Clark continues with more.
I'm going to explain to you which scratches you would use on the radio, which scratches you would use at a show, or which scratches you would use in a club, because you cannot use all of them in all the same places. Scratches like a backspin are very exciting because a lot of people want to see how fast you can be. You will use those in a show. You could use them in a club for giving an edit effect, but you can't go that fast because then you'll throw the people off when it comes to dancing. Scratches like a gallop, they're just for effect. Scratch over another record while you're doing a gallop. If you do a gallop over another record, it just sounds like an effect. Transformers are strictly effect scratches. I'll give you an example of why we call a transformer an effect scratch.
Get busy, y'all. 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 Get busy, y'all.
Backspinning.
Get busy, y'all. 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 Get busy, y'all.
Transforming.
Get busy, y'all. Busy, y'all. Get busy, y'all. Busy, y'all. Busy, y'all.
Speed scratches. Double beats.
Check it out, buddy. Check it out, buddy. Check it out, buddy. Get out, buddy, people, 'cause this party is burning. For a new day, I know you've been yearning.
triple beat.